Hello. Good morning. Where's my camera? It's right here. Um, Good morning. Good morning. So while people are still coming through, I'm checking to make sure the sound works this time. The sound bar is moving, so I think it's working. I tested it out 3 times, so I think it's good. I'm gonna go to Patreon, check my own post link to make sure it works. Where's the link? Oh, for Pete's sake. Did I send a thing without a link again? This is always what I do. Um, no, it's right there. I won't play it because if I play it on here, it'll be loud. It'll reverb. So I'm gonna test it out just for a minute to make sure it works. Go back. Hold on. Okay, I have the email notification that went to me. Cozy Corners. I don't see the stream on here. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to add that link. I have the link on Patreon when I look, but I don't see it on the app. So I'm not sure if it has a delay. What is going on? It says it's published. I see it on my phone, but I don't see it on the app. I don't see the YouTube link, I mean, on the app. So I'm gonna share it again and I'm gonna just add it to the description within the post just to make sure somebody who comes after still has access. Edit the post and add it underneath. It should already be there, but I am just nervous that I'm not maybe seeing it because I'm the creator. I don't know. I don't know. What's going on? It won't let me edit my post. What did I do? Let me try again. Okay. Next. Sorry for the delay. Let's make sure that's hidden from the little preview text. And it's still going to all members. Okay. Now it's saved. It should be good now. I'm gonna share it to Instagram. I see my face now, so I think we're good. Okay, so I'm going to quickly share it to Instagram. Wait, I already did that? I think I already did that. So why don't we just start sketching and drawing? It's our week. So it'll be what it always is, a lot of noise, a lot of me bickering and trying not to fight them too much. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my phone. This is why I wanted that to work because I didn't want to stream from my phone because I need my phone for my references. Um, and I am probably gonna play a little music too, just in the background. So whenever you come in, hopefully it's not too loud. I might have to close my door. I'm just hanging in my PJs in here, trying to relax. But this is always my morning. This is every morning. What is the age? Let's see. Make sure the volume is not too high. Gabriel, Dominic, no more fighting, please. Um, I've plugged things, so I don't know if the music will come through. It might not. So it might not come through. So maybe I should just leave it alone. I'm worried that I'm gonna mess up the sound. I'm not gonna touch it. Okay. I am doing storefronts, which I started last week. I will move the webcam over here so you can see it. I'm just gonna figure out what I'm gonna clip it to. Last time I just had it standing over here. I don't remember what I stood it on. Was it my water bottle? It might have been on my water bottle, on something. But basically, it's getting warm in here. I turned the fan on, but I'm still warm. I am loving the idea already for this collection. Like I really wanted to do something reminiscent of my antique shop that I did for my other zine, which I think was 2 years ago. I did that little square zine that was If Turquoise Was Sepia. I don't have any more. I think they all sold. But I had painted that one antique shop for one of the days and just the whole feeling of that. And then of course, whenever I painted this for the UK, that little pub, this one, I just love doing things like that where it's like a little storefront, a little bit of the building, the brick. You can kind of see that around. So I'm doing basically a whole collection of that. So right now I have a corner market. I have a little boutique. I don't know yet what the boutique is going to be. It might be a jewelry store. It might be handbags. I don't know, something fancy and high end. And then I have like a little dressmakers. I just put my name on it for now, Camoñas, but I might change that around. So I have space to do one more. I had a reference that I used last week that was, I think, like a bookstore, but it was like a bookstore on a corner street. But I think I'd want a bookstore like front, like a front store. So I'll see if I find that again. One of my pencils was the wrong pencil I was using last time. So I'm just going to get all my stuff here together. And then I'll find where to move you. So I should have thought of where to move you before I started. I could also just tilt this down, but I don't know if it'll be really clear. Maybe it's better. Let's try. Let's try just to tilt you downwards. Look, not too far down. I will try this and then I'll turn my monitor. That kind of works, right? But you won't see my page. I'll move this. I'll use this. Because I'd like to be able to... Yeah, I think this will work. I just have to figure out how to... Sandra, why do I do these things on a live stream? Why didn't I do this before? I was just too worried that the sound wasn't going to come through. Okay, so if this is long enough, I can fit it. So I'm going to move you. Close your eyes if you get dizzy and nauseous. I don't want to make you sick, or maybe I'll just block it all so all you see is my hand. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. That's probably not long enough. Let's see, what did I use last time? We'll put you on my water bottle. I feel like that's the best bet. So it's not too low, but it's also, you can see what you see. All right, you've been moved. I'll just move myself over here. A little bit closer. Maybe here. It's similar to what I did last week. And I'm not going to drop you, I hope. There. That's kind of where it was. Let's see. I am sorry. Okay, I think this is the safest. That way it doesn't fall. And I'm going to move here. And you can see what I'm drawing. Okay. Put my reference on this side. Got an eraser in here somewhere. I'm going to just move it. All right, I'm fine. I'll use this. All right. So, storefronts. Okay, so I already drew the corner market. I feel like I want to add, so one of them is, a lot of those references are drawings of other people's. I don't want to use someone else's drawing. I just want my own. I want a reference of an actual building, and then I can use that. Oh, ice cream parlor is a good one. So I'm just going to note what's what, and I'll erase that later. Corner market. Teak. And dressmakers. right now. It's not visible. Why is this here? Nobody knows. It's fine. Okay, so this other one is going to be almost like a corner street where it looks like it curves, so the street goes out that way. The building is more on the corner. So I'm gonna try to do like the sidewalk, and this might be like a cross street. And it's one of those corner stores really where you have like part of the storefront is on one side and the other part's on the other side, because why not make my life difficult? Let's see. Storefront corners. Yep, that's exactly what I have in mind. So I think this will be my bookstore. And I'm trying to find a good reference where I can see part of the street. Might be like, that one might be good. This one's good. It kind of looks like a bookstore. I don't know what this is. No, this is a handbag store, but it works, right? Like I'm going to use this as an example. Kind of see it. I want to have like this sidewalk piece and that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it just one window entrance on this side. And I want to have like a counter, almost like you'd have at a coffee shop, but where people could sit and read or people watch. I'm weird like that. Like at a bookstore, I know I should be over there to read, but I'm just kind of looking around and daydreaming. So I hope this is gonna be semi-visible. I need to tilt it just a bit. And I might have to move my whole body over and trying to get the right angle. And also I think in my head, I'm seeing it a lot bigger on the page than it needs to be. I need to make it a little bit smaller. This is actually a corner. So the doors are on the ends. So we're gonna do it this way. And I'm gonna have to cut this a little bit shorter on this side. So, I mean, I don't know if that works for a bookstore. Like the more I think about it, the more I'm like, maybe I should have let that be the the coffee shop instead. You know, the corner. Reference, let me make that bigger. Window has a counter on the inside. It has like a door. It's kind of hidden back there. I didn't see this side. Hang on. So this, I thought at first I would do maybe 6 or 8 images. I don't know. I feel like they need to be big enough that you can see them. I'll end up doing probably the next 2 pages of this just because they're much bigger to draw. They have a lot of detail, and I feel like they will look better if the images are slightly bigger. But then I worry about how they'll look on the print, because of course I can't just draw and worry about the drawing. I'm worrying about what's going to happen on the other side of this, because I'm not just leaving it in my sketchbook. It's going to live on a sticker sheet. It's going to live on the print. So I feel like this would also make a really cute poster, but I don't know. I haven't sold many posters. I've maybe sold like 3, no 4. Um, so I don't know. I would have loved for that to be like a hot ticket item, but it didn't. I don't think it's going to be. It didn't seem like it was going to be. So now I'm worried about making more things, even though I'm like, this would look so cool on a poster of just like storefronts. And I would just write storefronts in my calligraphy at the top. We'll mess around with this. So the stream has paused. Let's go. I hope I'm back. I can't hear it. Oh no, the sound is not moving. Okay, it's moving again. This is nerve-wracking. I can't tell. It's starting and stopping. I need coffee. I'm getting stressed. I'm getting nervous. Let me see. Okay, I think it's back. It looks like it was frozen for a bit, so sorry if it froze on you as well. I don't know what that was. I don't know what happened. All right, I want big windows. And I don't know why I want counters, but maybe they're just counters where books are stored instead of where people sit. I want people to sit in big armchairs, be comfortable. Um, should I put 2 doors? I'm gonna attempt that. I'm gonna do an entrance here. And I'm gonna do an entrance there. Like if you're coming from that side. I don't think you need to. I feel like you walk around the corner. I would walk around the corner. So I will not put an entrance on this side. It's a small bookstore. It's a small bookstore. So let's do a separation, like a thick wall. There's like a little wall in there for privacy, but then it keeps going. A little tiny wall. Maybe they do something else on that side. The big sidewalk and brick and whatever else holds this up. Step to get in. And this has a panel. I think the panel will go. I'm gonna fix all this. This ain't always wrong. It's more like that. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. Big window here. Maybe 2 windows here. So they each kind of match their little panels on the bottom, the wooden panel. I want this to feel like rich old wood, like grandfather's library type thing. I don't know whose grandfather, but it's what comes to mind. I think about it. And I'll tweak the design. And then above I will have like stucco or brick or whatever. But there's brick on the bottom as well. I don't think a lot of my buildings will have anything except brick, probably big cement blocks. And this is my sidewalk. I think that's nice. That's better. And that's your entrance right here. Okay, and then I will figure out the inside of this. But I think I want more that way. I'm gonna do a little sign, like an old school I don't know how to do one right now, but I want it to be like one of those big signs that's like on top of the building to say books or something like that. But I want it to be on this side. I don't know if I want one on that side. Definitely want one on this side. Um, and now we'll figure out this part here. Okay, that's what we have for now. Little bookstore, little dressmakers. So these other guys, let's see. I'm gonna give myself 10 more minutes and I'm gonna just tweak these, or not tweak, what's the right word? I'm going to do another layer and kind of clean up the sketches. It's too big. It's supposed to be tiny. I just realized this little shop also has panels. Maybe it's the feeling of that town. You know, maybe the town, they have a lot of like paneled building storefronts. But yes, I like this little boutique. I think this might be my favorite. Right now it is. I haven't made a record store yet, so that might end up being my favorite. I used to love going to record stores. Some kids, they might be like, "What's a record?" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's where music is born. Like it's where music lives." Um, yeah, I used to love the just. I don't know. It had a smell. Does that? Is it just me? But it had a smell. It had like a cool smell, cool vibes. When you were in there, you just felt cooler. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain. There's nothing like that. And then getting to put on the giant headphones, which back then was almost the only place you could get them or wear them. There weren't a lot of places, I think, that had big headphones like that. Unless you were fancy and you could afford really big, over the ears headphones that covered your whole head. You would go and then you like make choices and test out records and figure out if you like this new album, checked out the tracks, and they only ever play you the first 3 or 4 songs on an album on the radio. Like, oh, the new hit single, blah blah blah. But then you'd get to like song number 7 or 8 or whatever, 12 depending on the artist, and be like, oh my god, this song speaks to my soul. So I always went to the back first. Always went to like, what is that? Ooh, I like this title. What's this about? And remember when we had lyrics? We had lyrics in like the little pouch thingies. Oh man, those were the days. Those were the days. You'd quickly grab the thing and I'd be singing along, and but no one cares because everyone has headphones. So you're not bothering anybody. You're singing, they're singing, everybody's singing. Everyone's just having a jolly old time. I miss that. I miss those days. I think this every time I remember things like this and I'm like, oh man, I miss that. I'm like, yeah, that's why I do what I do. I don't think anything else could have suited me as cleanly as this does. Like it's literally a description of Sandra as a like art. Like if I were a piece of art, this is what I would be. A nostalgic feeling, but as art. That's what I would be. All right, I don't know what those are called, but they remind me of like the super pristine, like, you know what I mean? And this little guy is going to be a very cute, fancy boutique. One of those that smells like perfume. Maybe it is a perfume. Maybe I write parfumerie at the top because, you know, it feels like that's what it is. And it's going to have a something and something awning. I don't know. Black and white usually makes everything look fancier. And then maybe something very girly. I don't know, but this is gonna be my little boutique. I probably shouldn't be focusing so much on finishing, but I wanted to see this one a little clearer. So I'll finish the rest clear later. Now we need at least 4 more. I am going to attempt to be quick and attempt not to finagle my own idea. And I'm going to quickly choose quick storefront shops. No, record store. And see what happens. Because those didn't used to look like anything else. It seemed often like they were just kind of blah. And see that right there. That takes me back. Oh, that should have been the corner store. That took me back. I don't want to do 2 corner stores, but I'm just going to do the front. And a lot of them had like a giant record, on the, either it said the name something records, or it had like a big circular something, boombox something. This one here has it on their door. That is so cute. And it's just a simple, and it's turquoise. I mean, it has brick at the top, but this is a stock photo. I want to find something like a small one. I want to make it really feel like small and dainty and almost fragile, almost like it's being swallowed by new technology and new fancy things. And it's just this little old place in the middle of all that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my thoughts. And I'm just going to write records in big letters at the top, in like retro letters. I want it to really feel like, I don't know what the word is. I can't see a reference that I like, but I'm going to just sketch. So where do I go so you can see what I'm doing? Right here. So all right, let's not go past here. Let's do, this is my middle, and this is my middle. So I can draw small. All right. So I want it to be front and center. So there's a strip, and I'm going to do bits and pieces of color of what's next to it that is really fancy and big. And this guy is in the middle, and he is here. Let's move him down. So this is the street. This is the sidewalk. I'm going to put my dude right here. And he's a small little guy we'll put his door on the right. And we'll do just a little double window. And I'm going to make his sign is like broken, like he's been there. It's been there for a minute. It's lived. And maybe there's even like things growing on the wall back there. And his has like, the door is here. It's a big like, what am I thinking? I wanted to have a little bit of sass. What can I do to make it have a little bit of sass? I want it to be maybe like a record, like half a record. Is the door. Like that's the handle. You know how the door is like that had like massively big handles, but it's actually a record as well. When I paint this, it'll look like that. But this is basically 45. Is that what they were? 45 and 33s, right? The small ones are 33s. There. And then in the glass, right here. And this will be like, I don't know, we'll make it look very retro. I'll figure it out. And this one, I want to say records. But I'm gonna make these letters very retro. And that's it. I want it to be like the simple, you know, small but mighty. And I'm gonna make these two shops be like, I don't know, something fancy. Something fancy with a lot of design, without taking away from him. So maybe I just do brighter colors. I'll do bright colors. That's what I'll do. I'll just do like the start of something with windows. And maybe one of those guys has an awning that's, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, when people are like in your face with their umbrella, and you're trying to walk and they have like a fancy umbrella and they're like smacking you in the face with it because you're not fancy. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm talking about. If people were here, they would tell me. They would totally get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically you have these like pompous, that's the word I was looking for. These pompous stores with their like fancy thing. Like we're gonna put like an umbrella that's kind of almost in my, like, you're past my line, guy. You and your fancy stuff and your little cafe table, like trying to obstruct my beautiful shop. And we'll make this be like the owner. The owner still lives up there. I'm going to give him circular windows above the shop because he has character and he has history in this area, and he's relevant and he's not going anywhere. That's the story. That's the guy. That's the guy that runs this place. And I don't know why I'm picturing Jack Black, but I'm picturing Jack Black. All right, I'll figure out the proportions because this looks weird to me right now, but maybe I'll just one big one and two small ones. But this is his hood. He's lived here for years. He's owned this store since the 70s, and he ain't going nowhere. You can't make him leave. This is his home. So yeah, that's my thinking right now. And we'll do the pompous shops. This one's gonna have like a really annoying awning that's like in your way almost. But I'm gonna leave those to be like very light but different colors, and I want this to be prominent. That's the idea right now for my record store. All right, we've got 20 minutes to go, 25. So I can do 3 more. I should do a timer, but I didn't. Record store, what's other 3? I could do a flower shop because I feel like it's very typical storefront, right? Flowers and plants. Can we do like a circular thing, like something super cute? Very, like a rounded building. I don't know, that's different. Maybe that's more of a boutique as well. But I don't know. I kind of feel like I want to push myself to do things a little differently. So do I have a circular thing that I could look up as a reference? Not a record store. Cute storefront. Circular. I don't know how else to look up. Obviously, I need to not forget my coffee shop. I'm gonna write it down, or else I'm gonna forget it. Coffee. This one will be flowers. This is records. And what other shop can I do? Yum, 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 yum. I don't know. Maybe like a little dentist, do you think? I don't know. Alley cat. Little diner. That's not really a storefront. Let's think. Corner market, dressmakers, boutique, bookstore, coffee shop, um, flower shop. I'll think about it. Right now I have seven. I might be happy with seven. I don't know. Maybe the flower shop is long. Maybe the flower shop is bigger because it's got plants and things, and maybe it's like a um, okay, flower shop storefront. Let's see what I get. Oh, these are so cute. I I mean, I feel like it should be a teeny tiny, or again, like a small, cute little shop, but it doesn't have to be. Does it have to be? It doesn't have to be. So I am tempted to do something else. I'm very tempted to do something else. Oh my gosh, there's a circular style thing, like a rounded corner building. It's a flower shop. Um, let's think. Ooh, ice cream. A little storefront for an ice cream shop. Pink and white. I don't like pink so much, but I will do pink for this. Um, I think I'll, yeah, you know what? No, leave the ice cream. Leave the ice cream. We're gonna do the coffee shop up here. I'm gonna get rid of this, whatever I just did here. I like the idea of a rounded corner building. I do, but I really want to do something long, just like I want the flower shop to like take up almost all of this. Like I want it to be. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go with the flow. That's usually what I do. I go with the flow, and it always turns out. So because I think about I think about when I well what I've always used to picture before I moved to the U.S. You have this image in your head when you're a teenager who watches 90210 and Die Hard and all the American movies and shows. And my mom was, a huge fan of the what was it? What is it? What's it called in English? It's that one with the foresters and the ridge forester and um, Eric and oh my god, what was that? It was like one of the most popular soap operas ever. Um, Everybody intermingled, intermarried. It was just the weirdest thing. The kid was 2 years old for 5 seasons. Um, oh my god, it's a three name thing. Beauty or something in beauty. What was it called? It'll come to me. It'll come to me at the weirdest time, probably. But my mom would watch those, and so they'd make things sound and look a certain way, even though it's all in studio. Which I mean, I know now. I didn't then. Um, but I, I was, I was just thinking. Whenever I pictured myself here, I would think about. Oh, my sister is saying hello. She doesn't know I'm live. I'm just gonna let her know. Um, I just picture myself walking down the street with friends and like coming across a flower shop like this. And I don't know why I would always assume flower shop. I'm not really into flower shops. Oh, well, not really into flower shops per se, but I am terrible with flowers. I kill everything, not on purpose, but everything dies. So I was always like, oh man, it would be nice to just be walking and then you just stumble on this place and you're like, oh, cute, let's go check it out. Oh no, I don't want this. This is someone else's drawing. Let me see. I just want a flower shop. Can I just have a flower shop reference and then I'll figure out the rest? And yeah, and you'd kind of, you'd be walking. I don't know why I would think that as a teenager I would be walking around shopping for things, but like you're walking, you're grocery shopping, and then you find this place, and you know, uh, you'd stop and you buy stuff, right? Like I don't know. That's kind of just what I thought, and I always pictured this really huge place, just like a really long. I don't know. Maybe this is too big. I'm trying to think now. Not too big the way that I want to do it, but too big on the page. I need to make it smaller on the page so that I don't have to draw 1,000 details and feel like it's going to take forever and get overwhelming. I want it to still feel loose, but I want it to, like, I see it in my head. It's hard to explain. I see it in my head, and it's a long thing. But I need to have, I feel like I need references. So if I have things next to it, it'll help to define what I'm thinking, if that makes sense. That it just shows that it's a little bit longer than the other things that are around. And so maybe it's just a nice plant slash nursery. And I want it to be really bright and airy, light greens, maybe, well, don't go too high. I need space for my coffee shop. I don't know yet. I think I'm just sketching right now. I'm just sketching. I'm trying to keep an eye on the clock. 42. Okay, we have, good. I have just under 15 minutes. I should be done with these sketches. And then I'm just gonna, I thought I would have enough time to line, but I took a little while longer to decide what to do. So maybe I'll do this. I make it one of those, not like an awning per se, but like the metal roof type thing that looks like an awning, like it's shaped that way, but it's not what it is. Like it looks like an awning, but it's just the roof slanting down. It won't really look like it until the details come through. But it'll have a thing goes over here. And I think I'm gonna say flowers. I was gonna say obnoxiously. Maybe the flower shop is what's next to the record store. Oh my gosh. No, the flower shop is, they're nice. They're nice people. They've been in the neighborhood a while. They're good peeps. Okay, what we're gonna do, cute little door. I'm gonna make this go. That's the sidewalk. I have to try and get my proportions and figure this out. All right, split this in 3, and then in the middle is my door. I'm gonna make it an arch door. Will not go that high. I'll tweak that. And great. Okay. And then I'm gonna do green blues. So you can see the sky, lots of light. But I want that whole front to be almost like a porch that has, maybe I draw it as a porch. Ooh, stand by. Ideas are coming. This is very different, but we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. Oh, I am happy. I'm happy. It's a little weird, but I'm happy. And that's good because I don't want it to look like something else that somebody else has made. And then I feel like I've mimicked too closely. You know the feeling? And this is just a big railing. It just makes you feel like you're meant to come and sit and whatever. But it has plants and things. So I'm going to put planters and I'm going to put big pots, flower pots on the outside. And in here, it will be flowers. So there's flowers hanging. I don't know what they look like. If this tells you what I know about flowers, I don't know anything about flowers. But we've got some things hanging. Some are long, some are short. I'm gonna hang them from here. And I'd like to have like flowers all the way up here. And a few flowers up here. Like cute pink flowers. I'm thinking of, where's that one that I saw? Um, Something like this, where it's not like all over, but some of it is kind of up on that little awning right there. Some of the flowers go up here. Then I need to find hanging flowers, um, like, ooh, I could do these little rows of things. This is the door that I inspired myself by from whatever I said. But yes, I think that would be nice. So I can do these layers. Maybe I'll put them on the side. I'll do the porch thing on one side. That's where the planters go. And then here, we're gonna do something similar to this, where it's like, come on in, come check out these plants, check our flowers. And it has right on the edge, I think it's like a big pot, I think. So it has flowers, then it has a layer here, shelf, and another shelf. And I'll fill this up later, but at least I wanted to have a thing. And then this side would be the big planters and the big, like, that thing for outside. You can kind of pick and choose the ones you like. Big flower pots, skinny flower pots, tall flower pots, clay flower pots, all of those really big guys. And I'll just do that big window back there. There. It's hard to see, but I know what's what. I have this, and then something here. I don't know, something else. They usually also have. Oh my gosh, this is almost what I'm. This is like almost what I'm seeing in my head for the front. I was just gonna say they have things on the road, like on the sidewalk, a bunch of planters. So I'm also often tempted to do all these things in French, like make all the signs in French, but I have to resist the urge because I'm not doing France all the time. You see what I mean about a long store, like longer, or not just a skinny one? All right, I'm using up all my time here. What I'm looking for is hanging flowers, like how they have some that hang up from the ceiling or from a hook or something, but I don't know exactly how they look, so I'm trying to find a good reference. And what I'm seeing right now instead of flower shops, it's shops that have flowers in front on their storefront. That's not what I'm looking for. All right, I'll put one of these over here. The big, similar to what I did with the little boutique. It has flowers here and then it has like a ball and another ball. And then I'll go hang the flowers on the other side. We'll hang some up here, and we'll do skinny bouquets at the front door. Voila, it's my little flower shop. I'm not sure what's going to be on the sides. Maybe I extend and I put some of the stuff here. Like that's still part of their property. And I do like big bouquets. And I do one right here. A big planter. Something like that. Nice. There it is. A little flower shop. And then coffee shop. I don't know that I need any help for the coffee shop, but you know, reference is always good for you. All right, coffee shop forward, right? All right, let's get our frame. The street scene right there. We're gonna put his door on the side. Yeah. And I feel like something strange I could do. The store is really big. Something I don't think I've seen. I don't know if I've seen this before, but I've always thought, how cool would it be to have like a counter on the inside, but also on the outside? But then I'm like, people are facing each other. Would they feel weird? It's like people in coffee shops don't care. They're here for their coffee and their paper or conversation or whatever. But I would feel strange, but I might also not mind. I don't know. Oh, maybe it'll be strange, but I don't think I would really mind it. But I was thinking, if you have like this coffee shop that had like an indoor-outdoor situation where you had these stools but on the inside, it's similar. Like there's a glass window here, obviously glass. It's a giant window. And let me make my little coffee shop sign here. I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure. Let me think about this. But I feel like a coffee shop. I want to have seats on the outside. But if I draw the seats on the outside, am I going to be able to see the inside as well? All right. One thing that's always weird is whenever I would walk past coffee shops in Boston, I'd be like, oh, I'm just standing in front of this place waiting for the bus or whatever, and people are drinking coffee and just sitting there. And I'm like in front of them, but they're not like looking at me or anything. But I think it's just weird. I was like, oh, this is weird. Maybe it's not. So we'll do a cute little coffee sign here. I have my massive window, and it feels like that door is so small. I'm gonna move this up. It'll feel very tall and skinny, but it's fine. I know what I'm gonna do. Do a little frame, do a little counter thing here. And I'll do, you can't see the feet. This is part of the building brick or whatever it's called. The next building over could be right there. And we'll do, our sign will be right here. I'm very attached to the shape. I don't know why. And then I've got like stools. I'm gonna put 5 stools. You can't see the rest. And then up here on the street, maybe I do 1 or 2 tables, or like a little side, like a little umbrella. Oh, is he the umbrella? Oh, Oh, coffee shop, are you the snotty one? And have like a little table, a couple of chairs. I feel like that's too much. I need to think about this. I'm not loving it. I know what I want in my head, but this is always what happens. You know what you want, but then can't translate it. So, coffee shop. So I need something else to help bring out. No, no, too fancy. Ah, see, right there, right there, right. It has to have like a little something. Someone sitting out here. I need that. That will help me. What else? I think it just needs to be one table, a couple of chairs, a sign. One little round table, maybe one little square table. Definitely a sign. All right, let's revamp. How much time do we have? Oh, we've got a few minutes. I might go over the hour. I don't remember if I said it was going to be an hour. I don't know what I said. I never know what I've said. But if you want to stick around, stick around. I'm gonna come back and watch the rest later. Go for it. Um, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna use one of these. I'm gonna combine a few of these references. We're gonna nix the umbrella because we don't want to think that it's that guy. You know, that guy next to the record store. We don't want to think it's them. We're gonna make its own thing, and I'm gonna try to. See you later. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit smaller. So, the hubby leaving is going to his Bible study. Okay, we're starting fresh. There goes 15 minutes of our lives. My apologies. Okay, deep breath. Excuse me. I should have done something with this. It's already cold. Micah, Micah. Oh, well, I'm gonna try to get help so he can warm this up for me. Actually, I'm gonna ask him if he doesn't mind. Micah, can you warm this up for me? Are you downstairs? Can you warm this up for me, please? No. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. All right, coffee solution has been resolved. I can't be drawing a coffee shop without a coffee in hand. I'll be freezing. Oh, all right. Now let's choose the storefront style. Um, yes, similar to that. I don't want it to be exactly like that. Let me find something else. Aesthetic cafe exterior. How fancy. Oh, this one was similar to that. My idea with a big window. I just want the front. Give me an idea. Give me an idea. No, I don't want these modern things. I don't want the modern one. I want like a very artisan style coffee shop. No, not artisan. Well, here that's not what it means anymore. Here it's like fancy. All right, cute coffee shop front. Let's see what we see. Open doors, yes, yes. Looking good. Small windows. Contained, yep. Okay. Nice, cute. Little chairs. Up, up. What? Have I been here? This looks like what I was about to draw. Doors here, big window, counter, seats in the front, right? So this is my mistake. I need to raise that up. I need to raise it up because then you're on the street level but then you take a couple of steps up to go into this, and maybe it's thicker inside. So the people sitting at the window, they're actually a lot higher than the people sitting in the front. That's my mistake, but I've got a similar gist here. Um, Coffee shop exterior. Okay, I think I've got a few ideas. I'm gonna mix match a couple of those ideas and see what we come up with. I've got a lot of space. It's a wide space. I didn't mean for it to be wide. I don't want it wide like the flower shop. I still want it kind of narrow and thin. Maybe I'll do. All right, let me start with a box. This is my favorite place in the world, the coffee shop. So I feel like I've put pressure on myself and made myself nervous about how I'm gonna make it. I'm like giving myself anxiety over messing it up. Don't mess up. It's the coffee shop, man. You can mess anything up. Don't mess this up. Um, all right. I don't know what it is, but I'm obsessed with things that have like apartments above. I feel like that's the coolest thing. It just reminds me of Luke's, Luke's. Oh, we love Luke. Thank you, baby. Ooh, yes, nice and hot. Mm-hmm. Perfect. It's good to have sons who can move around on their own and get stuff for you. Okay. All right. I think that's what we want this. I want to have, I liked having the door on this side. So leave a space for the sign. Maybe the sign isn't the whole thing. Like everything else has a big sign, I think, except the bookstore has a small sign. So maybe this one can have a smallish sign as well, but we'll make it stick out like right there. I'll leave that space for that. And then where is the door? I need to have a thing in the front, right? Or what's our specials today? We'll put that there. And then I am gonna do those like a small table with those little fold out chairs over here. And like a little table that's, let's make it, I was gonna make it attached to the building, but no, because at night they've got to put it away. So we'll do it like this, right? Building continues, sidewalk continues. There's no space right here. Just a little spot outside. Um, and maybe I'll put the entrance in the middle. I was gonna put it on the side. I think it would be nicer on the side. But I've got so many doors on the right. I wanted to put a door on the left. What are the other doors? Center, right, left. Yeah, it'll be fine. Let's move the door. Put the door here. Right, this is right by the door. And we'll do this whole thing is open. It's a window. And we can add a little table right here. Maybe a bigger table. Like the round tables actually. I think they're better when they're round. And we'll do a little chair. I've changed the chairs. Sometimes when you're sketching, you don't even realize you're changing things around. All right, so that looks good. That's good. We'll do a door right here. We'll do a couple of steps up from the street. It's like one little step here. I'm gonna fix all this later. and one tiny step up there to get in. Those look like big steps, but I'm gonna fix those. Have the door, glass door. And when I'm painting, before I do the painting, I'll have more detail on the inside. And I'm gonna do like the bar top here. And I'll do you can just see the back of the bar chairs. I won't do the bottom. I think the bottom should be solid, or else I'll have too much between the tables and stuff in this. So here, I'll do something dramatic that says coffee. I really wanted that thing to look like a cup also. I wanted it to be like a curvy kind of sign. Maybe it's a coffee mug. It's a coffee mug. That's what I'm gonna do. And it's a coffee or brew or something cute. No, just do coffee. Keep it simple. And here, this building's attached to another building right here. These are the ones next. There it is. That's much better. I feel so much better already. Right. So I know it's in an hour, but I think I'm in a good place to start doing some line art for some of these. Some of them I feel more confident in than others. I'm gonna make sure you can see them all. So I've got these 3, which I'm very happy with, and then these 4. This one is still very loose, semi-loose. This was basically done. So I can line this and be ready to paint it. And this will probably just be 3 colors. I'm thinking maybe like a peachy tone. I want something that's more pink in the pink family. But I'm not sure that I want it in the pink family. I always say that I do, and then I'm like, but I could make it like a pale turquoise and it'll give the same effect because I want everything to be turquoise. Or like mint, like this kind of minty green with black and white, right? I mean, look at it. Mint with black and white. Let's look at them together. It's basically Tiffany's, but with mint. A little dark mint, maybe. I like it. I'm going with it. You can't stop me because you're not here. So I'm going to go with it. All right. So let me make the rest of these 2 a little more finished. So the market, the idea is that it is probably like the biggest one as far as size, the biggest one of the storefronts. And I'm going to make it a little bit cleaner. I have to turn this around a little bit just so it makes sense. So this rooftop piece here, I think this is why I kind of was thinking when I was thinking of the flower shop, but I already have it here, so I really don't need to do it twice. And we'll just make this be like the corner market, but not really at the corner. It's just there. It's a town market. We'll call it that. Town market. I don't know if I drew with a color pencil. I don't know what I was doing, but I feel like that pencil was not really graphite pencil, like a regular number 2 pencil, as they say. It was probably a color pencil. All right, this one has a bit of a, not a porch, but kind of, because just of the size of this roof. And it needs to be held by, now I'm thinking the structural pieces. Things need to make sense and need to look sound, like they're not gonna fall over you. So let me fix that part. This goes up to here, this goes here. And then from here, the shop walls. We go in to the front door back there. And I'm going to make that one be a double door because it's a bigger store. And it has a lot of traffic. I will say we'll do one of those almost like a sliding door style. It's a little better. And I can't remember what I had thought about for the front itself, like for the look. But, I think it's always good to have stuff. There's always stuff. What do they sell? They sell things outside, they sell things inside. Outside, you usually have like flowers and I don't know, crates and thingamajigs, right? Maybe I'll do like windows. Also, this could be big windows. Why not? And they're bickering again. Doesn't go long without it. But I think this is the age. All they do is bicker and argue. And I mean, someone has told me, oh no, it's just the beginning. They do this all the way into their teens. I'm like, oh, wonderful. It's wonderful. Thanks. I'm so excited for that. Those are my windows. And I might not need to do anything more, but I just want it to be super, super obvious what this is. I'm just going to have to write this a little bigger. And I can do the line art. So next week, I'm going to do the line art and start painting. Potentially can finish painting all these within one session because this is the part that takes the longest. It's kind of the concept and testing things out and sketching and erasing and starting again. And a little bit of that is the process of things. So it takes longer. It always does take longer. But once I've got the ideas down and once I know what I want and I can kind of solidify my sketch, I'll come back with a black fine liner. Typically I use the Micron 01 or 02. And when everything has been lined, I'll come with watercolor paint on top. Sometimes I do the watercolor first and then the line art, but I don't really like what it does. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I struggle when I do it that way. So my process has always just been line, then color. And well, it's supposed to be just straight across. And then it can start coming to life. And picking colors is one of the fun parts for me. Trying not to make everything turquoise, that's always a challenge. I'm always like, why not? I mean, why not? It's fine. But yeah, I need a name for my little boutique. I might find something it'll probably end up being something French. Let's be real. It'll be French. I think it'll be parfumerie. I think that's what I'm going to do. Parfumerie. It looks like it, doesn't it? That's just where perfume is sold. Well, I wrote that way too small. I was not confident in my... Let's try and do this like professionals. It ends with an E. Parfumerie. Parfumerie. 10 letters. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, not too bad. Parfumerie. Boom. I'll make it cute. And then my bookstore, I'll worry about my bookstore later. I think this looks good. And I'll make it a market and then when I start adding things in front and in the windows. And a lot of that also I do when I'm doing the line art because I'm kind of remembering other things as I do that. This one is my dressmaker shop. I have really fun ideas for the next step for this next collection after this one. I'm doing a location. I try to go back to alternating location and then a thing and then a location and then a thing. And because for this I've done a thing, right? It's storefronts. I will be doing location next. So I think I'm going to do Greece, memories of Greece next. And I'm going to start sketching them out probably next week, to be honest. I want to try and do all of the messy versions, before I clean those up. I want to do that. Oh, what if I made a sign, like something? What is what's the shape of the machine, of the sewing machine? I feel like there's a thing I could do. Maybe just that wheel. I don't know, maybe just curve it. I feel like I need to do something for everything. It has to have a little special something. I'll come up with it, but I feel like this needs to have you know, like something. Anyway, so Greece is going to be next. And then after that, I would like to do memories of bookstores because bookstores. But what I'm going to draw here next, whenever I do this as a collection of bookstores, you're going to be on the inside of this actual bookstore that I'm drawing now. So I'm going to draw something where you're looking at it from the inside, from that corner. You're sitting here looking out. And I am probably going to steal one of these. I'm thinking this one because it will be easy to redraw. Like the colors will pop so easily. Like I'm going to make it look like you're looking out the window and you can see that in a distance. Well, I'm so excited. But I will basically expand on this. And I was thinking if I don't come up with anything else, other ones, I'll make myself expand on the different ones. Dominique, no more screaming. No more screaming, please. Um, I feel like they've had enough. Do you? I think they've had enough. Okay, so I'm gonna just finish doing. Okay, get Micah's. I'll be right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this one and then we'll end here. That way, next week it's all line art. This is basically done. We will do the cleanup stuff and then we'll start painting. If you have any questions about anything else in my process, I do a lot of the storytelling on the first go, like when I kind of come up with what I'm doing and why. I share some of that. I shared a couple here. I share a ton more usually when I'm live painting, especially when I do the color. That's kind of when I tell a lot of stories, but also when people are asking questions. It reminds me of things and I kind of say, or they'll ask me, well, where did you come up with this? Or how did you think of that? And I mean, I've told you a little bit about it here, just that whole thing of wanting to, you know, be a grown up. I'm going to be doing my own grocery shopping with my friend on a Saturday, and then we'll walk past these cute little shops and we'll stop for ice cream or we'll stop for coffee and, you know, like that. So um, I really enjoy sharing stories about things that have, warmed my heart or have made me laugh or, it doesn't have to be all good. Sometimes it's things that have really angered me or frustrated me, but I enjoy sharing just the stories. So that's kind of how these things get born. Um, and then for me, it's always like if whenever I see them again, I'm just reminded of the story that I was telling and like how I thought of this idea. Oh yeah, that was that time we were was going on, I was drawing whatever, and then this person said this, and I was like, oh man, I can turn that into an image, and voila, the image is real now. It's live. So yeah, the participation is awesome. Like, I mean, I have my own brain can continue forever. I feel like I could literally do this forever. I will never run out of subjects or topics to paint. And when I'm unsure what to do, it's mostly because I have too many to choose from. And I'm just unsure what I should pick because I want to do them all. So that's what sometimes makes it hard for me to choose. And if I'm ever behind, I make myself late because I'm like, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. Oh no, I think this. And it's like, dude, just pick one. You'll do the other one later. Just choose one of the two. It's fine. So I'm trying to be better at just make a decision and then go with it. So when I have the decision, like now, I already know I'm going to do Greece next. And you saw I've not finished painting Germany, or Berlin is right there. You saw it on the other page. That one I will continue painting live on Instagram. So during the week, whenever I'm working on my day job and I have free time, that's kind of what I'll be doing. I'll try to continue that one. And then all those collections are going to my patrons next week. This week I got swamped with other things, but next week it's where they're getting a big bulky package with everything. I want to make sure they get it all in May. So it will include like 3 or 4 collections because that's how far back we are. But, they know, they're aware. I've already made everybody aware. So that's where I am. But today I have something else going on in about 30 minutes. So I'm going to finish this super quick and I'm going to call my sister back. And then I'm going to get ready for my discipleship, which I have at 10 today. It is almost 9:30. So thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching this back. It was just me today, which I don't mind because I know I'm recording this and people can watch it back. I am very glad that it works. So if you had any issues with the sound or anything, let me know. I will make a note when I post this that at one point it froze, but then it came back on. Um, it's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go take care of my kids now. So I will say goodbye and I'm gonna leave you with the next what is it? What did I say? It's next Saturday. It'll be probably 8:30 instead of 8, just because I do have to help with something in the morning a little bit early. So I want to make sure that I don't rush trying to get it. And I will probably only be on for an hour because I have something right after. So that's it. That's what we got for today. Here are the finished sketches for the first 4. Market, a dressmakers, a perfume shop, a perfume boutique, a bookstore, it'll have more detail, and a record store, a coffee shop, and a flower shop. Voila. Um, I will move you again. Sorry to move you again. But I'm just gonna say goodbye. I'm sorry for moving you. That was a lot of move. But just wanted to say bye and thank you for hanging out. I'll see you next week, 8:30. I'll try to remember to make a note of that and post that everywhere. And I will schedule the reminder now that I know that sound works and I figured out what was wrong last time. I will schedule everything so that it sent it to you early enough and remind you. Maybe I'll try to do a reminder also throughout the week. But for now, that's it. So thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.